Hey everybody, Dan with Pain Free You. Today's topic is going to be practice makes possible, or practice makes it possible. So I'll get to what I mean by that in a minute, but we're going to take a nice couple of deep breaths. I don't know if you can hear it, but the birds are out. Breathe in the spring, exhale the winter. Wearing short sleeves, love it. Breathe in the peace, exhale the noise. All right. Practice makes it possible, right? You've heard the phrase, practice makes it perfect. You know, I don't think we need to be perfect. Not at all. There is no such thing as perfect. It's a myth, right? It's an illusion. So, practice makes it possible. And what the heck am I talking about? What I mean is recovery, getting better from this mind-body thing, this TMS stuff. What the heck am I talking about? Practice. I'm talking about visualization. And people think, oh, visualization, that's new age, that's, I don't know. That's a little bit woo-woo, Dan. What are you talking about, visualization? You're not going to go getting all law of attraction on me, are you? I'm not. I'm talking about brain science. I'm talking about how things actually work. And I will tell all of you, and even myself, we are always visualizing. Anytime we are thinking about the future, we're visualizing the future. The problem is, so many of us, because we're living in this fear-based paradigm of symptoms, fear, pain, whatever may be going on with us, we're visualizing. But unfortunately, we're visualizing staying stuck, not getting better. We're visualizing maybe things getting worse. We're visualizing a fearful return of pain if we're starting to feel better. We're visualizing the stuff we don't want. And the brain can't tell the difference between something that's real or something that's imagined. And so if you are visualizing the worst, not getting better, being stuck, none of this stuff working, being frustrated, being angry, being in despair, your brain is interpreting that to be the reality. So when I say practice makes it possible, I literally mean we want to practice visualizing the life that we want, becoming the person that we want to be, becoming strong enough, brave enough, being less fearful, being more indifferent, being better at allowing ourselves to feel our emotions, not taking our negative, catastrophic thinking so damn seriously. Visualize that more often than you visualize this horrible future, and you're going to make it possible, right? Because the brain believes what we think and say most often. And when I say think, I also mean visualize. So what are you practicing? Are you practicing continued pain? Are you practicing continued suffering? Continued being stuck? Is that what you're practicing? If so, I'm going to really, really encourage you to start practicing what you want, right? Every day we get to watch a movie in our head. It's called My Future, right? And at some point, I know there's a lot of people that say, be very present, live in the now. But look, it's extremely normal and natural for us to think about what's my future going to be like? What am I going to be doing today, tomorrow, tonight, next week, next month, next year? So you're always going to this movie theater in your head and putting on the movie called Dan's Future or Your Future. The key question is that a drama where you're the hero of your own story? Or is it a horror show? A sad story of suffering and pain with no happy ending? What movie are you watching? Because that movie that you watch every single day is what you're teaching the brain. It's what you're practicing, right? Case in point, they did a study. When I said earlier, the brain can't tell the difference between imagination and reality. So they did a study once. They took 3 groups of people, and they were going to teach them how to play piano. So the first group, they said, okay, here's a piano lesson. You're going to practice this for an hour every day for 2 weeks. They did a brain scan before and a brain scan after. And they were able to see notable changes and rewiring of the brain in the center that was responsible for musical learning. The second group, they gave a piano lesson and they said, don't do anything for 2 weeks. Brain scan before, brain scan after, no changes, right? Of course, one-time learning doesn't really rewire anything. The third group was really the fascinating part because they said, all right, here's a piano lesson. We're not even going to give you a keyboard to play and practice on, but for 2 weeks, you're going to imagine yourself practicing that exercise. And they did the brain scan before and the brain scan after. And believe it or not, group 1 and 3, the one that actually practiced for 2 weeks and the one that imagined themselves practicing for 2 weeks, the brain scans were very similar after that 2-week period. The brain doesn't know the difference. So if you're having a tough time seeing yourself being well, practice. What are you practicing? What movie are you watching? I would venture to say that a lot of people who've been kind of stuck in this have been stuck watching the bad movie. The one with the poor outcome. How do I know? I watched this movie every day for years, over a decade. I knew what Sarna was. I knew what TMS was. I knew that I should be able to end it. But every day I was watching that movie that says, yeah, but I can't figure it out. It's a shitty movie. It's not a fun one to watch. And we have the opportunity to walk into a different movie theater and say, I'm going to watch the one that says, I got well and I got my life back. Practice makes it possible, right? If you're afraid of moving or walking or standing or sitting, practice, meaning visualization of a positive outcome with a smile on your face and joy, that makes it possible, right? There's a video called Pain Reprocessing where we use this practice, this visualization practice, to imagine ourselves doing the thing we were afraid of that previously had caused the pain to trigger. And we practice it in our head over and over again so we can do it without the anxiety. So practice makes it possible to actually do it in real life. So you practice, 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 and then slow, graded exposure without the fear, without the freak out. If sitting's a problem, do it for 5 seconds. Anybody can do anything for 5 seconds. If you can do it without fear, and you can do it without the pain spiking, tomorrow go a little bit longer and longer, but keep on visualizing yourself sitting down comfortably at a dinner table on a hard wooden chair, whatever it may be, right? Because again, you're going to say, this doesn't work, this doesn't make sense. I call bullshit. You're already visualizing already. You're doing it already. You're just visualizing the outcome you don't want. So practice makes it possible. There is no perfection, so don't think practice makes it perfect, right? That's a sports thing, that's a music thing, practice makes perfect, but let's get away from the perfect thing. I just want you to embrace this possibility. Practice makes it possible to regain your life, to teach your brain to settle down. You don't have to hurt forever, and I'm proof. 13 years of back pain and sciatica, gone. It's been gone for 11 years. You can do this too. So, I believe practicing, which is the art of visualization, what we want, instead of what we're probably doing, which is visualizing an outcome we don't want. I think that practice, that visualization, can make a huge difference for anybody and everybody. And it doesn't have to just do with pain. It can be visualizing yourself on a job interview. It could be visualizing yourself doing anything that you would like to have a positive outcome on. Because again, we're always visualizing. We might be visualizing a job interview going horribly. When do you think it's going to go better? When you visualize it going well, you go in with some confidence, or if you visualized it going awful and not getting the job. Your odds are much better if you visualize what you want. So please practice. Practice makes it possible. Try incorporating this into your day. You know, if you are sitting on the couch and you know that it always hurts when you get up, well, instead of sitting there for 2 minutes visualizing how bad it's going to hurt and worrying about it, why not change the script and visualize yourself getting up with ease and comfort and smiling and walking wherever you're going to go, the bathroom, the kitchen, the bedroom, wherever, with ease and comfort and joy. Practice that and do it consistently, because consistency really, really matters. Doing it once, you're going to be like, this didn't work. Consistency matters, because I can guarantee you, you're probably visualizing the negative outcome very consistently. So let's flip that ratio and visualize the positive outcome way more than the negative. And of course, here we are, guys. Welcome to spring. My neighbor's working a leaf blower. It was quiet when I came out here. Fortunately, I got through the video before he turned it on. So I'm going to roll. Love you guys and gals. Practice makes it possible. Please institute a practice of visualizing what you want, not what you're probably doing, which is visualizing the outcome that you don't want and that you're pissed off about. Try it. Let me know how you're doing. Love you guys and gals. Talk to you tomorrow.